Hello, everyone. I'm Larry.
All right, Larry, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State and Everbank Field here in Jacksonville. Today we jump right into this new season with an AFC South matchup between the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Fielded about a yard deep. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Detroit! From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition in practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the game starts. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. And a nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And it'll be Titan football. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Then he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 7 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. And that linebacker group today could be very key.
As we were preparing for this game, you pointed out to me as we were watching film that the linebackers look like an elite unit. I agree with you totally. They move around, fly to the football, and take it away from offenses.
They'll set up to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
He's got time in the pocket. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And the Titans getting set to go. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. They come out here in the eye. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? And almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front? Creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They go back to the air here after the INT. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A second juke. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards there on the pickup, and that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each.
And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, there really wasn't much there, but a completion is a completion. A tough 3rd down awaits them.
On play action, they'll throw. Looking for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Their dangerous wide receiver. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Jags have taken the early lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And here comes the Jags defense as they get back out there. They were able to force the 3-and-out last time, led to the punt, and then led to a touchdown for their crew. So they'll be looking for a little bit more of that, Charles.
Well, I think that they created the spark with the 3-and-out. Gave a little momentum to their offense and said, all right, appreciate it, guys. And they took the ball downfield and stuck it in the end zone.
And that defense wasn't out there long. They'll be trying to keep it short here. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. The defense came out with a look that they had prepped for all week to attack. They took advantage, got the first down.
And the key words in there, prepped for all week. They really studied them, understood their tendencies, knew what they like to do, and prepared their game plan accordingly. And, boy, the payoff was good.
Touchdown, Titans. A great play there. 51 yards. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. So he runs it for 1 yard, then no gain. I don't know that you go back to that well here on 3rd down.
Yeah, I don't know that you do as well, but if you want to get the ball to him, if you want him to have it, maybe you get him into space and throw it to him.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 17 yards on the pickup there and also a first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go now. Blue, line it.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but
yeah,
no yardage. Good job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal. Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there.
With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Titans with the football here to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Here we go now.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. 20, 10, 5, touchdown Titans. Their big-bodied receiver, 67 yards. And the Titans have taken the lead. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. It took him less time than that to get to top speed and complete that play.
And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum. Or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top. Or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with. Because if you go ahead and just...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on 2nd down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Look at the spin. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the right hash, this from 53. And that'll be off the crossbar and out. It's short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, touchdown, Titans. A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Titans get the quick strike touchdown. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
With that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
I know back in the good old days, just about every team was constructed to power run to the right side. We just saw a pitch to the right side that worked pretty well.
It's easier going to the right than the left?
It just used to be very simply that the right side was always the power side. I think that's just one of those old things. I'm not sure it's still the same, but on that play, it certainly felt like we were back to the future.
Yeah, and it worked. Play clock winding down. They'll come out in the pistol. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Second down now after the pass completion. Again, we'll see the pistol here.
Here we go now. No. Check. Pay attention now, Barney.
Another pistol look here. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got some space here. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
When you see a big-time run to the outside, it always comes back to setting the edge, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and they were perfect in setting the edge there.
And the funny part is, both sides of the ball talk about it. The offense has to set the edge so you can get outside. The defense wants to set the edge to control things so they can kick the run back inside.
Offense wins there.
Offense won big.
They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
Here we go now.
They'll look to throw here on first down. This will be caught just inside the 10. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. And the lead is up to 18 now. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They're off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Let's go.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's going to go down. Back across midfield, he's sacked at the 46.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Out of the gun now on third down. And some space here. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to make it fourth down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from... Jacksonville, don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot. Yeah. But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground. It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time...
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into Jacksonville territory. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition, because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Their big tight end, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. They get the conversion, and Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
Come the Jags. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store.
And right now I take my rudimentary kindergarten skills and draw where the tackle box would be, because that was close. I thought he was in the tackle box. He has to be very careful where he gets rid of the football.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's been in a pretty good group. They actually have more yards on the ground than through the air, but both have been good, pretty balanced.
And have we ever met a coach when we've talked to him before a game that hasn't mentioned wanting to be balanced?
No, because then you've got both sides hitting the defense. They don't know what to expect, right?
Really helps your play calling, because now you're in a position where you're confident in either one, either aspect of the game. Dial it up and let it go. And so far, that's allowed them to lead.
Absolutely. Have the lead here in the 2nd quarter. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to go up top again. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. 77 yards. And this Titan offense is running away with this one.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Titans defense, they get ready. They take the field again. They were able to force that 3 and out. That led to a touchdown. Defenses obviously love 3 and outs. They want more of that.
They created a very short and not too sweet stint for the offense by getting them off the field that fast, but it set up their own offense, gave them a little spunk.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So we've reached halftime. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. A nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. They have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And the Jags, Charles, I think they're on the dime here.
Covering a lot of field.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it won't count for 6. He's brought down, but inside the 5. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. And
he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there from 3 yards out. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And that'll cut the lead down to 26. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield, punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll cut it to the right sideline. And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And this Titans offense continues to pour it on. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
And they will line up now for the two-point try. They'll need to get the play off quickly. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for two more. Oh, boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for two up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us. And they ended up going for two late in the game. And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Well, could also result in a melee later, though. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a third down and 6 to go. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. This from 54 yards away. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. We talk about it a lot. One of the dangers of the long field goal, you got to kind of hit it low and drive it. That makes it susceptible to a block here. Not only do they block it, they return it.
And how about how well they did on the return where they didn't create a penalty? Oftentimes in that type of a scrambling situation, someone will clip, someone will block below the waist, right? You name it. In this case, though, that didn't happen. They formed it up, and he took it all the way back for a touchdown.
So they're going to go for 2. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Return team. Automatic first down.
Watch two. Green 39. Green 39.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Back to throw here. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And the wideout in motion. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
They come out here in the eye. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off, and the Jags take over in terrific field position. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Everyone's looking for the big runs, the explosive runs, the 20 to 30-yard plays. But anytime you're picking up good yardage and setting yourself up on down and distance, offenses love that too.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down. Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got his man on the out route. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Second down following the incompletion.
3 down. Hey, check. Tag 99 Philly. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to the 25. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going for it all. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory. But there he goes left side. The 20. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. 82 yards. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion.
All right, here we go.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Now they'll run it on the toss. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Up big, and they go for two, and they get it.
I remember being in high school and seeing an article in the paper where a local columnist had said, "Why are we fighting over sportsmanship and running up the score? Just run it up on everybody and deal with it." Some people just don't care that way, and obviously this coach feels the exact same way.
So that article is saying the defense should be able to stop them.
That's what they're trying to say. Hey, if you don't want it to happen, stop them. Otherwise, quit whining about it.
Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. So he got free at 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Partner, sometimes it's those little guys you really have to fear. They've been battling their whole lives, wanting to show the big boys that they can play with power. I guarantee you this year at Thanksgiving, he's sitting at the adults' table, not the kids' one.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll drop the throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using...
And a loose football. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. That's one of those ones that is so hard to judge, but defensive holding there, that's what the referee saw. And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
Detroit! Leopard!
They come up in an offset eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A great effort there, making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And they will line up now for the 2-point try.
Watching now, Barney! Let's go!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And an alley to run. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Now they try the right side here. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown. Out here in this opening weekend. And the Jags are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. So they get 1 score back, but still a long ways to go here in this 3rd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out come the Titans now. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Here we go. Green 39.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to let it go again. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for the Titans. 51 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like. Like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll run it here. And he's got room. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great effort there. Now with his 3rd touchdown in his 1st ever NFL game. And this Titan offense is running away with this one. And he keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. So they're going to go for 2. Time running out here on the play clock. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. Now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, you gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Now back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Back now in Jacksonville. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. This from 54 yards away. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is. And it's hard to hold a kick from this distance against him, but that is now 3 misses for him in the game so far.
3! And you wonder where his head's at right now. Kickers are a funny breed, but I have a feeling he'd love to see a 29-yarder next time to get him back in the groove.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking deep downfield. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. It's caught at the 10. It's a big play on third down for the Titans. 49 yards.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt.
And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. It's the fullback with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And this Titans offense continues to pour it on. And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion.
No. Check. Patriot. Here we go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Ooh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And, oh, he coughed it up. It's picked up by the Titans. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he gets this one up just shy of the 35 to the 34. It's a pickup of 21. And that'll be good for a Tennessee first.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll look to throw now on first down. Surveying the field. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
He'll look to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. Back to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. 23 yards on the play. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Here's the option going right. And he stopped immediately there. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down and 6.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Their dangerous wide receiver. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jaguars able to get this back to within at least some measure of respectability. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. And the Titans are going to recover the football. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Second down here after the incomplete pass.
Well, the obvious goal is to try and score a touchdown, but at the least, adding to a pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can get it to him short, and he can make plays that way. But I like what you just said. Throw it to him deep and get in a big chunk.
But incomplete on that try.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds?
Rush coming, and he's taken down. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
But that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Let's go!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification. My next teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Let's go!
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues.
False start, offense.
And following that penalty, the offense really backed up now on 3rd down.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
They'll look to throw again. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. It looked like he might have had a window there, but the rhythm was just a little bit off.
Certainly was, because everything that has to come together to get a pass completed, yeah, you're right. The sync just wasn't there.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Watch
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And they're going to speed things up here.
Three down. Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll set up to throw. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll be down deep into Jacksonville territory. A big play that time for the Titans. 43 yards. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I, we think about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
They'll set up a throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Back to throw now on 1st down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. But not to get too overcritical there, because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
This will be fielded at the 6. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. They have the big cushion here in the final stages of this one. I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
Set! Green 39! Green!
Going to give this time to the tailback. Stays on his feet. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Steps away to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
On play action, they'll throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock.
Now another timeout here called by the Titans. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Second down, 8. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense. A nickel set shown by the Titans on third down.
Thinking pass. Back to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to fourth. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And the Jaguars send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They go back to the air here after the INT. He's got time. He's going to take another shot here. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.
What up?
You say just get it on that. I signed a free agent, so I'm sure agent too. I'm gonna give this nigga a
Yo,
message.
what's up, y'all? What's up?
What up?
What up, baby?
What's going on, man?
Who won that game between you and Tuck?
Talk about it. Get my fucking balls. This is crazy.
Who's the D win that thing already? It's just send me to YouTube. That's gonna be my top.
Oh yeah, man, yeah, we might as well get it out the way, man. Came looking for me and shit. Hold on. Hold on. Let me think about this one. Hold on for a minute.
Think my trigger happy. What's up, Jay? Right?
You ready?
Try to keep me safety there.
Hey yo, who won the Super Bowl, man? I was out of it for a minute. Who won the Super Bowl?
Nigga from New York, we can have to get rid of
Ryder?
him.
Oh, I lost that shit, man. I lost it by 3 points. Oh damn. I gotta watch that tape. Man, we beat you, man. Need that tape right there. And send the invite, man.
I'm jumping in right now. Oh my God, this nigga is gone. I had my first year free safety. This nigga's 18 weeks. Fractured his shoulder blade. Well, nigga, I was building up to replace my goddamn free safety.
You might get back in the playoffs.
That nigga gone. I need to go put money in his what's that toughness thing? I gotta max his toughness out.
That ain't gonna help him knock the 18 weeks out, man. Hey, Izzy, I finally got me some tight ends, Izzy.
Ah, damn. Damn,
I got one too. I got to build this new year.
Shit, man, this shit ain't bad. I already did that. Okay. Hey, Rick.
yeah.
Rick, I found Buddy on the practice, so I told you that.
You tight end?
No, this tight end, I found him on the Redskins. They don't want to take my linebacker contract. I took my new disrespect. I tried to get that goddamn linebacker that got over there. Get him up.
Shit, it was a linebacker on
Back this year?
Say what?
You'll get him to sign your players back this year?
Yeah, I got plenty of money.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I can let you borrow some. If you need it.
I'm good. Send some anyway, so I'm good. Yeah, more than enough. I'm only signing 4 of them players. Four out of those 6. I don't have to worry about nobody pressing a button on me this year.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got 2 quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's the Titans going up against the Beats. With that, we're off to the borough of Brooklyn. On the call, here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, we appreciate it, Larry. It's our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Tennessee Titans and the Brooklyn Beats. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
I was trying to put a smack on him. Shit. Second down. I had to get these niggas in these purple outfits.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
Oh,
Now they'll run it on the toss. A gain of 3, second down. And the offense on the field for the first time today, and they were high-powered a week ago.
And they're beginning to believe that they've established a groove. They expect those type of performances each and every week. Running it, throwing it, they're precise.
Now it's 2nd and 7. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to wind up and air it out.
That was all
and the
me.
defense loses
I didn't know where the fuck I was. I'm on the station. I'm like, where the fuck is my circle?
A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And his guys have taken a first quarter lead. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
And it's good to make it 7-0. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone here, so it's a touchback and bring it out to the 25. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. They'll look to throw here. Now they go screen. It's complete. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. Good use of the pass there to pick up the first down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched it.
Nowhere to go here. He
this nigga kicked it to him.
Big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And he's going to bring the fumble
okay.
back
You gotta buckle this down.
And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think.
I ain't seen that shit.
They dial it up, and it turns into 6 points.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for these guys.
Man,
you like the credit to the defense there, right?
Yeah, do I ever?
And his kick is good.
You motherfucking man. Oh, you can get on the ball right now. I like this.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Titans getting set to go. Now a handoff as they run left side. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
I love when a play results in a game that I can actually kind of fall back on one of my favorite adages, and that is anytime there's a run over 10 yards, it means that the offensive line did its job, but you know who else did? The wide receiver. Because the first 7 yards kind of belong to the offensive line and the running back. Anything after that means the wide receivers did a great job of blocking downfield, being willing to mix it up, and give them some more space to gain additional yardage.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll look to throw here on first down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I thought that was defensive hold, and that's why I tossed that motherfucker. Oh, he out on the ball right now.
Let's go! Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And the defense comes onto the field for the first time, and it is a unit that struggled a week ago.
So they're looking for a fast start, Brandon. Can they create a turnover early? Can they take the ball away? That's what this unit's looking for to get back on the beam.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Wide open receiver complete. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy is covering you. He's usually pretty good too, so the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. So a penalty that can frustrate a coach so much, a mental error, and it'll back him up 5 yards. So after the mistake by the offense, it cost him 5 yards, and now 1st and 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards, and that'll make it a second down.
That's a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
They're going to look to throw.
Oh, this nigga getting all the goddamn breaks. That shit is a pick. Why the fuck you run behind?
And even 40 yards.
What's often built into passing games without actually stating it is rack yardage, run after catch, because they expect receivers to make a catch and make someone miss.
That's it. You didn't even know you had the ball, nigga.
For the big pickup of yardage.
And now a first down following that long gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. 3-4 defense, usually here you'll see the linebackers come up make those plays, but the nose tackle also vital.
Well, it's so vital because what you just pointed out, normally he eats up blockers that allows the linebackers to get to the ball carrier. In this case, he did his job and then some, and there was no gain at all for the runner.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's complete right around the 8. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and sneak it here. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs.
Trick over here getting greedy on me. Look at it.
And they'll go on the ground. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And this offensive unit should have a lot of juice coming off the big output that they had 1 week ago.
Nothing like confidence, is there? When you've played well the week before, you can't wait to get back on the field and do it again.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. And here are the defensive starters, and their coordinator is hoping that they have short-term memories from last week.
A very tough week indeed, Brandon. All they want to do now is be solid right out of the gate. No big plays given up early.
Let me see what he's doing.
5 yards to gain here on 3rd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Come on, man. How the fuck am I doing that?
In motion, the tight end. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. On now is the Titans punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own.